It's time to look around the National Football League right here on ESPN 1000 and streaming on the ESPN Chicago app. Still to come, Albert Breer, SI.com Monday morning quarterback, question mark, around the NFL with Shane Orland.
All right, let's get started. Mike Tomlin signed a 3-year contract extension in Pittsburgh, killing Kaplan's wet dream of hiring him to replace Matt Eberflus if things go sideways. Kap, how are you feeling this morning in the wake of Mike Tomlin no longer being an option for the Bears in the next few years?
I'm good, man, because he was never going to get this gig anyway because they're going to extend Flus when we have a really good year this year.
It's unbelievable. Whichever way the wind blows, it's unbelievable. Here's a guy here that
I would have hired him.
Well,
That was my guy.
Yes.
But he's not. It was never a reality because they're going to extend Flus. You watch.
Yeah, but at the time that you were saying it, that was not the possibility. All of a sudden, you hear from a few players and say how much Flus is liked in the room, and he galvanizes the room. That didn't mean he had to stay here.
No,
that means nothing.
But
to me.
Ryan Poles loves it.
So that way, bless you. Poles
so animated.
Yeah, Poles loves him, so Kap loves him.
I didn't say I love him. Whoa. Back off there, Sparkles. I did not say that.
You're certainly going along the company line of Poles, though, that's for sure.
No, what I've said to you is, guess what? I think they're going to win at least 10 ball games and they're going to the playoffs. Well, if that happens, he's getting extended. If they start out 0-4 like last year, he's gone. That'll be all. Agreed?
I mean, that means nothing to me, Kap. I'm going, for me, because I stay consistent, I don't want him to be the head coach of this football team. I know that the arrow's pointing up for the Chicago Bears. Point is, though, is that there was an opportunity to upgrade your head coach, just like you upgraded your running back room and your wide receiver room and your quarterback and everything else. I don't know why you put a side eye to everything else except the head coach. I just think that's strange.
Right, but my point to you is if he wins next year, how do you not extend him?
Just one winning season, that's good enough, huh? Here's Shane Orland.
Can't be a lame duck.
I mean,
you're not going to go into the final year of the deal. You're going to either move on or extend him. If he wins 10 games and goes to the playoffs, even you would extend him. 100%.
I didn't want him here. No,
right?
So no, that's not how I feel.
So if he goes to the playoffs next year, you're not extending him.
The trainer also will be going to the playoffs.
No,
and
stop.
So will Joni Eckenthaler.
Stop.
They also will be going to the playoffs.
The head coach has a lot to do with that. If they go from 3 to 7 to double-digit wins and go to the playoffs, even you would extend it.
If we could poke complete holes through his coaching and the team still wins, that's still a problem. He could be the solution, also the problem at the same time. Both things can be true. It's many times we looked at that 7-win season where we questioned some of his coaching prowess.
No doubt. But if he goes to the playoffs next year as the head coach of the team with a rookie quarterback, he's getting a contract extension.
Poles loves him, so I like him too.
I didn't say that.
Choo-choo.
I would never have hired him.
Me either.
But
me either. But, folks, let's make sure it's clear. This guy to my right here was riding the Tomlin train.
Big time. That'll be all.
And now that's not the case.
I would hire Tomlin tonight. If Tomlin said, hey, I'm a free agent, done, bring him in. He's not. He just got locked up through like 2026.
Shay?
All right, former Penn State quarterback Christian Hackenberg got himself in the headlines. He called out the New York Jets for ruining his career. They drafted him in the second round in 2016. They had 4 quarterbacks on the roster. He didn't get a ton of playing time. He said it wasn't the right market. It wasn't the right fit. It's the reason he's no longer in the NFL. Honestly, there are a lot of QBs that could have this gripe. Sam Darnold got saddlebagged with Adam Gase.
Yes.
Zach Wilson felt like he was ruined before he even stepped on the field. His development got so sidetracked. There's other guys in history, Mark Sanchez, Chad Pennington, guys who seemed like promising players that ended up terrible. So I looked back. The Jets only have one 4,000-yard passing season in their history. Back in 1967, when Joe Namath threw for 4,007 yards. Are they the same level of QB killer as the Bears?
Well, I would say so. And also draft killers, too. I mean, we could look through the Jets' years, Cap, and boy, they just, again, when you're changing coaches every 3-4 years, general managers every 3 or 4 years, the ineptitude is there. It's real. Jets are a dumpster fire.
Yeah, we're very Jets-like.
No question.
We're the last 20 years, we're very Browns-like. Unfortunately, that's a fact. Terrible.
Don't let Rizzo hear you say that in ESPN Cleveland. He'll come after you.
Bring it on, Tony. Pack a lunch, kid.
Don't let him.
I took shots at Goldhammer on social media the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Browns fans cannot get mad about talking about their quarterback history. They make jerseys that have all of the names of the quarterbacks of the last 20 years. You can't make fun of anybody else.
See, and again, this is why the Jets fan felt like they were cursed because of what happened to Aaron Rodgers in the opening night for the Jets. When Aaron Rodgers goes down, they think that they were cursed. They finally got what they think is a franchise quarterback, and then look what happens.
4 plays in, that'll be all.
Yeah. So there you have it.
Even Brett Favre went there. He has 1-to-1 touchdowns and interceptions in that season, 22-22.
Mm-hmm.
And then he became the MVP of the Viking with the Vikings.
Brett.
Tune in.
Brett.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
He squeezed in one more, sir. No?
Very quickly,
Okay.
Zach Wilson reportedly is in contention for the Broncos starting quarterback job.
See, we just talked about this last
And
week.
it's him, Bo Nix, and who? Drew.
Jarrett Stidham's not going to start. He's going to be the third quarterback. But if you were the Broncos, would you start Zach Wilson or Bo Nix? I'd start Bo Nix.
Bo
I'm
Nix?
sorry.
I would let Sean, I'm paying Sean Payton $100 million to be the coach. Let him make that determination.
I'm asking you. You're the coach. Who are you starting? David Kaplan.
Is Bo Nix ready to play? Is he not? If Bo Nix is not ready to play, and I know I'm not going to be, his development is paramount. Number one. And if he's not ready to play, I'm not putting him on the field.
I'm told that he is working diligently, and it will be a competition at quarterback
Nix
in Denver.
is or
in
Wilson?
Denver. Well, no, that Nix is competing for the number one job.
If he earns it, then he should play.
Yes.
But if he's not, his development is paramount for the franchise.
What does it say about him that Zach Wilson is in contention for that job?
I mean,
We've seen Zach Wilson. He's terrible.
without making an extra call, I would imagine that Bo Nix would be the favorite for Sean Payton's because he can mold and shape him. Zach Wilson may be broken. He may be already broken where you can't fix him. Or it could just be a guy that comes in relief.
What if Zach Wilson goes out and just balls out in Denver?
Yeah, it won't happen.
Probably not, but what if he did? People
Probably.
in New York would be like,
Yeah,
what the?
yeah. Closer to a UFL quarterback than NFL quarterback at this point.
Proximity, Denver to Provo is not quite as bad as New York to Provo either. Get in touch with some of his old moms.
Wow.
Maybe things get right for young Zach Wilson.
See what he said there. Old moms. Not exes.
There's a few ways you can take that,
Yeah.
too, just to be clear.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. Albert Breer, question mark? Is next, question mark?